Hi all, welcome back to my channel Ankit's Perspective. In today's video, I'll talk about my car buying strategies, things to look for when buying insurance, followed by a handy tip at the end of the video. But before we start, I'd like to clarify that I'm not going to talk about any shortcuts. Rather, I'll talk about my process that I religiously follow so that I have a brand new car every year. Let's start first with the car buying strategies, where I'll cover the following: research, savings or finance, test drive, accessories, finalize the deal, when to buy, when not to buy. Let's tackle these one by one. I'll not spend time here because I talked about it in episode 2, car features and FAQs. Please watch the video if you haven't. I just wanted to emphasize that you need to spend a bit of time on your research before you buy a brand new car. Once you have decided on the car and model, you need to assess whether you'll buy it out of your savings or you need finance. Personally, I use my savings to buy my cars because of 2 reasons. First, I can sell the car whenever I like. Secondly, as the cars are not used for any business purposes, why get locked in for a period of time and pay interest or additional charges? If you do need finance, please do your research properly. Things to look out for are the loan establishment costs, any monthly admin fee, or loan exit fee if you pay out the loan early. Bear in mind, all these costs, including the interest, are negotiable and just comes down to your research. I'll give you an example. In the November 2014 hailstorm, one of my boss's cars was written off and the insurance company paid him out. But because the car was also financed, there was an exit fee of about $3,000, which was an additional pain on top of losing his car. Please take the car you like out on a test drive because it should tick all your boxes and should be comfy. Also, it's a good time to test out all the creature comforts that the car offers. You need to be clear as to what accessories you want in your car. I, for example, always get the carpet mats, cargo tray, and the darkest legal tints. Now, tinting might be a bit expensive with the dealer, but it's worth it. Why? If there's an issue with the tinting, the dealer will sort it out and also give you a loan car at the same time. I'll be honest, for one of my cars, I did try to save a few bucks by sourcing the tints externally. However, it didn't work out as there was an issue with the tints and I had to go back about 6 times to get it sorted. So my working day was hugely impacted. So now it's time to finalize the deal. May I suggest that you get a cup of coffee because I'll spend a bit of time here. I have 2 words for you: negotiate hard, which is the core principle of the flipping process. There's a reason I mentioned you need to be clear about the accessories you want in your car. Please get all those accessories added to the price of the car before you start negotiating with the dealer. The reason for that is, if you negotiate a final price of the car and then you add your accessories, you'll be so mentally exhausted from the process that you'll have no capacity to negotiate any further. I read an article the other day that negotiating is a dying art and not everyone's cup of tea. Well, I fell in love with this fine art when my brother purchased the 2012 Forester on my behalf. He negotiated so hard with the dealer that when the car was eventually written off 2 years later, I got only $900 less than what I paid for the car. So that taught me one thing: if you negotiate really hard when you buy the car, you're way better off when you sell the car. I'll be honest in saying that I save about minimum 10% on the price of the car and accessories when I negotiate with the dealer. And I'm talking about popular cars that sell like hotcakes. So that's about $3,000 saving on a sub $30,000 car. And here's some ideas to spend the $3,000. To give you another perspective on the $3,000 saving, let's assume you spent about 3 hours at the dealership from test driving the car to finalizing the deal. You just paid yourself at $1,000 an hour, which is a pretty amazing hourly rate. And as the saying goes, your money is better in your pocket than somebody else's. I can think of a couple of strategies that I've used in the past. The first one, I generally start at about 15% less than what the dealer has offered and try and meet him anywhere between 10 or 15% of the price of the car. The second strategy, you get the best price out of the dealer. You go to another dealer, reduce the best price you got previously by another $500 or $1,000, and then try and get the best price from the new dealer. A special mention here to those fleet discount companies. I contacted one such company before buying my 2018 CX-5. When I explained the sort of discounts I was able to get on the previous two cars, the guy on the other side said to me, "You don't need me, mate, because you can negotiate a way better deal than me." I now try to use a single dealer for all my car purchases. For example, in the last 18 months, I've purchased 5 brand new cars from a single dealer, 3 for myself and a further 2 for my mates. I see 2 benefits in using a single dealer. The first one being your new car deal gets done over the phone, and the second one being requesting a loan car from the dealer becomes easier before your new car is ready for pickup. If you research about when is a good time to buy a brand new car in Australia, there are heaps of articles that say either end of the month, June or December are good times to buy. In my experience, I've never purchased a car in June or December and I've had no issues. Now this is something nobody tells you about, and I'll tell you 2 things. First one, try not to buy in January, and my 2021 CX-5 is a prime example. Although the deal was done in January, the car wasn't delivered until March because I wanted a 2021 built and compliant car. Also, the dealers are more interested in moving their existing stock, and getting a discount on a car that hasn't been built is a bit of a fight. Secondly, try not to buy in the year an existing car's new look or complete makeover is launched. The reason is the dealers will not budge on the price. For example, the current shape of CX-5 was launched in 2017 and the current shape of Mazda 3 was launched in 2019, and in both those years it was really hard to negotiate a fair price, and that is why I ended up buying an i30 in 2019. Please ensure that your new car has comprehensive insurance cover before you drive it out of the showroom. For my insurance, I look for 2 things. First one, minimum 2-year new car replacement, which means if your car gets written off in the first 2 years of ownership, the insurance company will replace it with a brand new car. Secondly, windshield replacement cover, which means if your windshield gets damaged, you get a new one without paying any excess. My 2020 Mazda 3 had one such event, and the cost of replacing the windshield was $2,350. I thank my lucky stars for having this cover with my insurance. While I'm discussing insurance, I'd like to talk about CTP, or compulsory third-party insurance, which is part of your car registration. Put simply, if you have an accident and the other party gets injured, CTP will cover the other party for any injury sustained. My insurer offers a $50 voucher per car if I take my CTP insurance with them for my brand new car. So I end up with $100 in my pocket for both my cars for just choosing the right CTP insurer. So again, please do your research properly when you're buying insurance. A handy tip before picking up your new car from the dealer: please inspect every inch of the car. I'll give you a couple of examples. In the first one, for my 2019 i30, the tinting guy actually scratched the front bumper bar, which I got the dealer to fix. In the second example, my 2020 Mazda 3 had a scratched alloy wheel, which I got the dealer to replace. Guys, as we now approach the end of the video, it's time to revisit the roadmap. In today's video, I covered car purchase and insurance strategy, and I've highlighted that. In the next video, I'll talk about how to look after your car. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. I'd like to thank you for your time. Please like, share and subscribe if you liked my video. Share the love and be safe.